What's up YouTube, BMR here, and today we're going to go ahead and build the XRX by Techstorm. So I wanted to go ahead and do this on camera for some of you guys who are curious about the build and what it entails, or some people who have bought the car and just kind of want to build along with me. So it's a very simple, very straightforward process, and XRX has taken the time to pre-assemble a lot of the more difficult parts. For example, your differentials come pre-assembled, and that's amazing. It's a ball differential, and it's actually really nice construction on it, and all the parts are actually fitted pretty well. I mean, you could do a tiny bit of fitment, but I didn't do any fitment at all. I just kind of slapped this thing together to see, what happens when you just slap it together. Basically for a complete and total beginner, if you're just kind of picking this up as your first chassis, and that's kind of the mindset I had in building this, just kind of taking it as simple as possible, and I'm kind of shocked with how well the car turned out. Pretty much nothing needed fitment. Everything went together very smoothly, very simply. The instructions manual is a little lacking in some areas, but I mean, it's a pretty straightforward process, and as long as you have the basics of a RC car build in mind, then you know how to get through this. And anyways, guys, if you guys have any questions, leave some comments down below, but pretty much for the most part of this video, it's just gonna be me building it, and I'm not gonna fast forward through the actual assembly part, just where I was unpacking some parts, and I'll cut out any parts where I'm off camera. So I'll try to make this so it's not wasting your guys' time, try to make it the quickest video I can, but still it's gonna be about an hour long. But hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. If you're building your XRX and you get stuck, go ahead, ask me questions down below. I monitor my videos and I'll try to respond to your comments. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy this. And also, just so you know, I don't really talk for the first half of the video, but about 30 minutes into the video, I start to warm up a little bit and I start commenting on some of the stuff. So anyways, it might be a little bit slow in the beginning, but again, this is for the people that are curious about the build, what it entails, or people who want to build alongside me. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy this video. And again, leave some comments down below if you have any questions. Hope you guys enjoy this. Super smooth. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. That has zero play. Wow. That's cool. This all comes pre-adjusted. I did not expect it to be this assembled. And look at these linkages. I mean, these are pretty well fitted onto here. It's kind of surprising, kind of shocking. This is awesome. All right. There we go. So this is how you want it. All right, so I guess that'll link up to our servo. Crazy smooth, buttery smooth. Oh boy, everything's assembled. I love this. This is just awesome. Oh ho ho ho. So the linkages aren't the smoothest. They could use a little bit of fitting, but I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this thing together just as is and, see how it all shakes out. So there's this part. Right, so this would go on to there and go there, so. Come on. Oh, I'm doing it backwards. Oh, that does not have threads in it. Shoot, that would have been nice. All right. This is super awkward to do on camera, guys. And my cat's upset at me. Man, and just like that, the front end's mostly assembled. Crazy how smooth this is. This is awesome. It's very interesting. So I noticed these shims in this bag. I have no clue what these are for right now, but they don't fit these arms, I don't think. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these shims from my DRZ, these white shims, and toss these into these upper arms. Just wanna let you guys know that. So there you can see the DRZ one on the right, and this over on the left side is the one that came in the kit. But this one in the kit, it's larger than the pin itself, and this DRZ one, it fits snugger. Of course it pops out, but see what I mean? It fits snugger onto here, and it's just the right size, I think. So anyways, just wanted to point that out again. Side's definitely a little bit stiffer, but I'm just kind of going through this and just assembling it as they have it straight out of the kit, just so I can kind of see how this is. And then, you know, maybe we'll need to do some work on it here in a little bit. But it seems like the biggest resistance we're getting from is these front knuckles up here. Get the sliding rack back in there. I had the sliding rack there, and then these and the knuckles, and then that's where we were getting a lot of resistance, it felt like. So toss that in there. Toss that in there. So I guess we should go ahead. Yeah, see, there you can see it. So there's that little gap right there. I guess that's normal. I don't know. Just seems kind of weird to me. What do you guys think? Anybody who has an XRX or has built an XRX, is that gap in there normal? Do I want to try to snug that down as tight as possible? I feel like I'd be over tightening this to do that. I don't know. Guess I'm just going to chug along. Yeah, definitely stiff, but all that resistance in there is just from the knuckles. So eventually I'll get these fitted, but I just kind of want to get this assembled, get it together, and just kind of see how it is just initially. Tighten these down just their last little bit. But no, it's not that one, it's this size. Sorry if the camera's shaking and stuff, guys. I'm not used to building on camera. I really don't like building on camera. It's a lot harder. I feel like I'm not paying as much attention to detail as I normally do, but I just kind of wanted to do this on camera for you guys. I don't know. Thought some of you guys might appreciate this, so figured I would try it. So I think this is going to be pretty much it for the front end. We just need to toss on the shock tower. Let's grab. Again, apologies, the desk is shaking so much, and it's just, like I said, I'm not used to building on camera, but I want to try to do this for you guys. Here we go. Oh, that's kind of funny. It has 2 of the bearings in and 2 of the bearings out. Whatever. I want to toss these in a bag so I don't lose track of them. Some little carbon deck. I guess I should have put... Oh! That makes so much sense. This carbon deck sits in there, maybe. Maybe that's what that is. That would make a lot more sense, but it doesn't say that in the instructions manual, does it? Did I miss that? So I think the carbon deck does go in there. That makes so much sense. I just started from the front to the back, but instructions said start in the back. I'm always doing stuff out of order. Pretty nice, these shocks. I actually really like them. And it seems like the quality of plastic in these XRX kits, it's actually really good. Of course, I'm having issues threading that one. There we go. Yeah. I really like this kit so far, guys. This is really cool. I think I'd appreciate it a lot more if I wasn't doing this on camera, but I really think this is a very, very nice kit. Very, very high quality. See how these feel. Yeah, I haven't been doing any fitting at all during this whole process, and it's just all came together very smoothly. Very, very nice. Very, very happy. It's been a cool little process. I'm very much been enjoying it. All right. So I'm just using the middle hole. I'm not even going off the instructions at this point right now. I'm just kind of putting it together. Because it didn't look like this shock tower was directional or anything. All right. It's about as tight as I'm going to get them. I don't have 2 of these Allen sizes, unfortunately. Woohoo. Ah! Screws are fighting me. I swear, the build always fights you when you do it on camera. I'm just going to go ahead and toss these on here dry. Ah, I put it on backwards. Of course I put it on backwards. Seems like it's going to be kind of tight. But as long as it clears, right? I don't know if you guys can hear that downstairs, but my neighbor playing some kind of, I don't know, preacher or something. Sounds like he is yelling on the TV. All right, that's one of them. Come on, girl. Stop fighting me now. Oh, sorry bumping you guys. All right, there we go. Front end is pretty much built. We just need to toss this servo on here. So it is stiff again, you know, like I was saying earlier, it is a little bit stiff, but that's okay. There's no slop really. I don't know, I guess maybe I could loosen that and pull that back. Let's try that. Do this with you guys on camera. I'm brand new to XRXs. I have no clue what I'm really doing. But I think that's what we want to do is go ahead and then pull that down as tight as we can. Spin this back in there. Uh-oh. I think I loosened the shit out of it. Oops. Okay, yeah, so instead of pulling it down, I'm going to go ahead and push it up this time, all the way up. We still have some play. So what happens when you don't know what you're doing and you go ahead and start playing with stuff. I'm trying to keep this in frame for you guys. So I think what I want to do is push this thing pretty much all the way down. Absolutely, as far down as it'll go. Is that what removes slack? Nope, that definitely increased the slack. There we go, pull that super tight down. So I guess I'm pulling this thing down is what I want to be doing. Once again, guys, I have no clue what I'm doing here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Look at that. There's still a bit of freaking play in there. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. What the hell am I doing? Okay, a little bit more fiddling, and I have this thing super stable, so now as you guys can see, there's no slop in there. And I did that by just loosening this screw and pulling this screw down as tight and far down as you can. We're trying to keep all this stuff, you know, real stable. Pulled that down as tight as I could, tighten it down, and now we don't have any play in there. It's just these knuckles are very stiff on these turnbuckles right here, but that's okay. I'll get that all fixed. All right, moving on to the rear end. I really like and appreciate how XRX pre-assembles all this for you. This differential, it's so smooth back here. It feels so nice. This thing is just great. I cannot wait to try this thing out. So it looks like to do the high motor mount, there's an extra hole in here. So what we would have to do is pull this spur gear off, remove these two screws, and then I'm thinking you just reverse the direction it's on, and then it should be sitting up high. I really want to do that right now, but this is my first time putting this thing together, so I'm not going to play with anything fancy like that quite yet, but, you know, real soon we're going to be switching this to a high motor mount, but let's crack on just getting her together. Oh, that's so cool how it's all notched out. This is just, I really like this XRX. This thing is beautiful. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. this thing's looking good so far. Man, this thing just looks gorgeous. Just beautiful. Buttery smooth too. This thing's just really, really nice. So now we have the differential installed. I'm just gonna go ahead and toss in my carbon plate because I know that's supposed to be up here. Double check the instructions though. Hang on, guys. Yep. That's what I get going out of order, you know? You know, that's the thing. Once you've built a couple chassis, you start to get pretty confident. You think you know what you're doing, and then all of a sudden, you do something dumb like this. It's not like it's a big issue, you know, but still. Yeah. Not 100% sure if this is the correct length because that protrudes just a hair into my motor bay. I don't know. I mean, I'm reading the instructions, but these instructions are just really funky because it says it's the Techstorm DPA Mark 1, and I think it's very, very, very similar to this. It's just, I don't know. It seems like they're a little bit dated, or I don't know. It's a weird instructions manual. I really don't like it that much. But the fact that they build the car 90% for you, it's pretty cool. And that's part of the issue with the manual is it's assuming that you don't have any of these parts assembled. And I have, you know, half my parts assembled already for me. And I don't want to sound like I'm complaining about that, but it just makes it so it's kind of weird following the manual, you know? Looking pretty clean. I think I need to get that adjustable chassis, at least the upper, just to have this thing all blued out. So it looks like I didn't get blue back here, and then I don't think I have blue lower arms in the rear either. But other than that, everything else should be pretty much blue. Nice. I was worried this was going to be super tight. I mean, all I'd have to do is fit it at that point. But like I said, I just want to go through this build without fitting anything, just to see exactly where XRX is sitting at in terms of quality, because I've heard a lot of people saying that XRX it's way up there. It's way up there. So, pretty excited for this. And I mean, the build's been going super smooth. Everything's coming together very nicely. So that looks pretty dang clean. Let's grab this side. Sorry it's so quiet. I'm so subdued. Oh man, why'd I have to talk? I went and popped stuff off. So this is the kind of stuff I really appreciate, is when a company has everything all pre-shimmed in there for you. But Boom. Cool. At least I didn't drop anything. Yeah. Okay, both of those are in there. You just check the manual. I think all I'd have to do is pop in that tow bar. Yeah, I believe. Just used to building DRZs. Doesn't quite go together the exact same as a DRZ. They're very, very similar, but it's funny. I keep trying to put it together like it's a DRZ. I love Atomic. I really, really like my DRZs, guys, but this XRX, it's just coming together very, very smooth. So who knows? My recommendations might change, and it just comes down to the configurations for the XRX, because I've heard from some people that it has a wide front end on it, pretty standard, and wide front ends make it so I can't use like my R32 Skyline bodies. So I don't know if I'll have to modify this front end so I can fit my Skyline bodies on here, or what I'm going to have to do specifically, but I will for sure have to do something, because I really want to be able to run my Skylines on here, and if I can't run them on this body, you know, it's going to hurt my review of this thing. So we'll see if we can get that fitted. I'm sure I can, and if I can't, I'll reach out to people and you know, go from there and see how all that shakes out. But let's just hope we can get this thing to go together real nice and fit my bodies that I want. Because that's the whole thing about, you know, micro drifters and everything. That's what I love about them. Wow, this feels stripped out back here, guys, and I'm very, very concerned. Feels like it's just spinning and spinning. Yep, see? I didn't strip that. I'm talking to you guys on camera. There's no way I just stripped that. Wow. I guess this side, it's stripped too. What the flip? I guess my screws aren't tapping out. You saw that, guys. These differential holes back here are stripped. And they came pre-stripped from the factory. That's terrific. I could go grab some Loctite. So if these come loose, I can go ahead and Loctite these in there, and hopefully that'll help. Put some Teflon tape on there too, and that'll help expand the threads a little bit so I can get them fitted in there. So this is going to be my problem spot to watch on this chassis. So that's my first real issue with this thing, is the fact that these differential came pre-stripped. That sucks. That really, really sucks. I'm disappointed about that. Put them on the wrong side. That's pretty funny. I think you want it back here. That looks right to me. Yeah, because you don't want, see, that's not going to work, so got to reverse this. It's funny how many little tiny errors I'm making on camera, so I'm really happy I did go ahead and do this on camera. So, you know, maybe one person out there will go ahead and watch this and, you know, realize, I don't know, help them a little bit. I don't know. Realize that you need to read the instructions manual before you just start slapping stuff together. Oh, cool. Check this out, guys. These bearings are sealed. And these have what looks like a rubber or a plastic seal in there. That's pretty cool. They're kind of dirty, though. No, that doesn't have a... Oh, so the inside of the bearings, or inside of the wheel hubs, have these fancy little thingies. Fancy bearings that are sealed. Okay, here we go. And so this is really nice. I'm not going to take everything out of this package, but I want to show you guys. These are shims. So these are wheel hub shims. So this will help with wheel wobble. Eventually, I'll get this car all shimmed up. I'll do all that, but you know, I'm just trying to get this thing built here. Hopefully, and it's going to be under 2 hour total. We'll see. I have a timer going. Not a timer, but you know, I monitored the clock for when I started, and we'll see exactly how long this thing takes. I'm about 40 minutes into the build right now, a little over 40 minutes, and I'm doing this on camera, so that's really slowing me down. I think I would have had this thing built in less than an hour total if I was not on camera. Not that I'm complaining again, you know. I love hanging out with you guys, don't get me wrong. It's just, it's taking a lot more of my focus because it's not as smooth as I'm used to, you know. When you're not on camera and you're just chilling by yourself, you're relaxing, it seems that everything goes a lot smoother in those situations. Is that right? Let's try this side. So this, oh yeah, these do sit out. That's nice to see. So it's kind of funny. The bearings sit out a little bit. I don't know why. I'm used to my DRZs that have the bearings flush in their wheel hubs. Not that I think it makes a difference either way, but just a small observation. I'm trying to talk a little bit now. I realized I was being pretty quiet in the beginning of the video, but you know, I'm starting to wake up a little bit. I'm starting to come alive. All right, drop that one in there. And so another thing that I just noticed, and I kind of want to point out, I mean, I was looking at it and I thought this was a beautiful back end, but check this out. These differential drive cups back here are metal. They look to be steel or maybe aluminum, but man, they look pretty shiny. So I don't think it's aluminum. They might be aluminum, but I'm pretty sure it's steel. But yeah, that's a really nice touch. That's a really nice touch. I really like this rear end. I don't think I like it as much as the DRZ rear end because of the camber adjustments. So if you're looking at this rear end, let me get the swing arm in here and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So here it is. So this is your camber adjustment is influenced by this. So if you lengthen this out, your wheels will stick out further, and so you'll go into camber out. I don't know if that's positive or negative, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. And then if you tighten this in, it'll pull it in, so then you have more camber, I guess. So that's more camber, less camber, so you could go to negative camber or positive camber. So on the DRZs, you can fix this by just spinning a little ball, so you don't actually have to pull this out, and you can actually do half rotations or quarter rotations or an eighth of a rotation. So you can fine tune the DRZ a little bit more, but this seems like it's a little bit more sturdy, a little bit more hardy, you know? It's really cool. Can't wait till I can check all my chassis out side by side and really give you guys a rundown, breakdown of what I think of them all. But man, check this out, guys. This thing is just so pretty. Still have a few blue parts to get for this, but you know, overall, like I said, this top deck, these lower arms, I think I'm just going to leave these lower arms plastic because you can't really see them, but the rear shock tower, I do not have the blue rear shock tower, so that is going to be something I'm going to need to go ahead and get. Go ahead and take a look at this instructions manual real quick. Make sure I'm not skipping nothing. All right. So there's my rear shock tower. Toss these in. Just so I know where they're at. Man. Oh, these can go that far too. Wow. Alrighty. But when we pull them all the way out, and it's a steel drive cup, so I don't think these are going to have any issues with these things, you know, wanting to break on you or anything. Should be really, really sturdy, really, really stable. Because I know like the BMRX, those things have delicate differentials, and I think it's the drive cups specifically that are super delicate because it's such a heavyweight chassis, and it's just, you know, they need this. They need steel collars, I guess. Just really cool. Really appreciating this XRX as I put her together. This thing's pretty phenomenal. Truly. So I'm thinking I'm going to put this, let me see. Oh, no. So how the hell do I drive this in there? Ah, that's what that's for. So there's this tiny little Allen key in this kit, and I had no clue what that was for. It's for this. We'll see how fitting, how threading these. Hopefully it's pre-threaded. I really wish they would have had this pre-installed on there. That would have been really nice of them. No, it's not. This is going to be a pain in the... Let's try the other side. Sorry if the camera's wobbling around. I'm having to try to put a lot of pressure and it's really awkward. get a little bit more leverage on this side. So this is one thing I hate about RC kits. The one thing I hate about RC kits is starting screws like this, where you have to, you know, thread it yourself into there. You have to be really, really careful. You have to be really gentle. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Go, go, go. Man, this is awkward. There we go. Got it started. Like I said, I just always hate starting it initially, you know, because it's hard to get it on there and have it be perfectly straight like that and have it not be, you know, at an angle and cross-threaded, and then you have all kinds of headaches, and I hate when that kind of stuff happens, you know. So it's kind of nice when they either have these things pre-installed for you, or they have threads, you know, cut into it somehow, but this is, you know, molded plastic. So in this case, it'd be really nice if they went that extra mile and fitted this in, you know, but I guess I shouldn't be complaining. They went ahead and built a ball differential for me, so that was pretty nice of them. I do appreciate that. And just to clarify, I don't think they built this for me, you know what I mean? All the kits come like this, so it's not like they just built, you know, BMR's car for them. The cars should come like this. I know, Beaver's hobby channel, his car came pre-assembled, but I don't know if that was because Garage built it for him. You know, shout out Garage RC. I don't know if it was because he built it for him or what happened there. Because mine's partially assembled, but it's not fully assembled like Beaver's. I was kind of surprised it was fully assembled. Cool. The other ball stud, grab that. Cool, 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 cool. I'm happy there. So it doesn't look like this has a direction, just like the front one does not have a direction. You know what I mean? There's no like holes for the sunk screw heads or anything. So I think it'd be like this, and I think again we're gonna want these to go the opposite. Where do I want to set these on this shock tower? So it looks like in the example they have them pretty close to the middle. I think I want to get them a little. I think I'm gonna go for the direct center. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't think it's bad. I don't think you can do anything wrong with setting up a shock tower, really, especially for a drift car. You know, if we were rally cars and we were jumping and, you know, hitting corners super duper hard and super high speed with a lot of grip, you know, then it would be, you know, your shocks are a little bit more important. But for these cars, I don't think it's as crucial. You know, shock setup's always important, but it's not absolutely necessary like it is with off-road cars, rally cars, and like I said, high-speed grip setups. But who knows? Could be talking out the side of my head. I don't know. So if you guys are wondering, my background with RC cars, just so I have something to talk about here. Oh no, where did I put my other ball? Oh, it's in there. Haha. It's trying to hide from me. Anyways, my background with RC cars. These are my first kit cars I've ever built. When I was a little kid, my dad had a couple kit cars for me that he built for me, and that's what really started my passion with RC cars. But it's not like I raced off-road. You know, some of these guys have experience, you know, building kit cars and racing off-road where, you know, your shock setup and all that kind of stuff is super critical. And, you know, I just don't have that kind of knowledge. I don't have that kind of experience and stuff. So, you know, maybe one day I'll get into off-road. There is a track somewhat close to me for off-road racing. So, you know, that might be kind of fun, you know, have a stadium truck. That's what I grew up with, was a stadium truck. I still have it. I'll feature it in a video one day. You know, that's what got me into it when I was like 8 years old or something like that. Was my, it was a Team Losi truck. I don't remember what the truck was called. Team Associated, or no, it was Team Associated, not Team Losi, sorry. Team Associated, my first buggy was a Team Losi. Team Associated, what was it called? It was a stadium truck. Team Associated stadium truck from way back in the day. Oh wait, no, we want button heads. Again, so these are the type of screw you would use for a DRZ. I'm trying to put this thing together like it's a DRZ, and it's not. That is all jacked up. That thread is not straight. So this differential back here, I've noticed the screws do not really want to go into it for the shock tower. I mean, they are, but it's just not super smooth. The rest of this build, everything has gone in buttery smooth. Threads have been absolutely phenomenal, but this differential for some reason. So these screws were really rough to put in, and these screws were stripped. So I don't know why. It's very weird, very, very weird, but man, this thing's looking cool. Looking super cool. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So I think this side, it's sitting a little bit higher than the other side because of the down stoppers. I need to adjust my down stoppers, adjust my ride height all around, you know, that'll be something we'll do later. Fine tune. I don't think I'll get that done in this video because like I said earlier, I just want to kind of get this thing built on camera for you guys, just as a reference for other people that are building them or curious. You know, I know some of the guys use my channel for just basically scoping out either upgrade parts or scoping out chassis and stuff like that. And so hopefully this will give you guys a little bit of insight, and then eventually I'll do a comparison video with my Super Skeeter, my DRZ V2s, and this XRX. Hopefully we'll get a BM Racing DRZ. Who knows? Maybe I'll get really lucky with that. Cough, cough, Chan. You know, hopefully Chan can sort that for me, can source that for me. That would be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. Again, so on the DRZ, normally your shocks are super rough. They're not nearly this smooth. These are buttery smooth. It's awesome. And each one of the holes too, but it's not like there's a whole lot of, it's not like it's wobbly or anything. It's just, it's smooth. It doesn't need to be fitted. It's super convenient. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate this XRX. This has been a very nice build for me. It's been very, very smooth, very smooth. Only issues I've ran into, like that issue in the front end, that was because I wasn't paying attention to the instructions manual and I was just building it at the pace I wanted to instead of, you know, following the instructions and doing it correctly. Which, you know, I'm a victim of building a few chassis now. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I can anticipate, but you know, it's still new territory. So these are the rear springs, and somehow these things got all twisted up on each other. There we go. Thought that was going to be a little bit more difficult. All right. Drop that down, compress that, slide it on over. So I really like how these have, you know, the shock collars on them and they're blue. I just think it looks really nice. I think this is a really, really clean kit. These shocks are a little difficult to turn the threads on, but not terrible. It's not horrible. It's about like a DRZ, you know, they're about the exact same. I mean, you're turning metal on plastic, so I guess it's never going to be super duper smooth. But it's not bad. Not bad at all. So like I think I said earlier, I want to get this thing with the high motor mount. So I'm just kind of getting this thing slapped together right now just to get it built and kind of, I don't know, I just wanted to get it built. It's been sitting for a few days and I've been really chomping at the bit to get this thing assembled in. Ooh, that's pretty smooth. I like that. And it's pretty stiff too. So it seems like the springs, yeah, and these are pretty decently soft, but they're pretty stiff, stiffer than a DRZ. So these springs are pretty cool. I really like them. I don't know if it's because of the weight. That'll be something that'll be interesting once I got these all loaded down with the electronics, be able to give you guys a weight comparison on these things side by side. So all that's left out of my parts bag, so these are my bearings for the front end. These are my swing arms and my pinion gear. So, you know, that stuff's not super important. All those other bags are empty other than these are my screws down here. So I got a bunch of screws. These are my mono shocks. So eventually these are going to come off. You know, I just wanted to, like I said, slap this thing together, and eventually once I get the chassis semi-dialed in, then I can play with these monoshocks, because I think this is going to be a very, very, very advanced build for me. You know what I mean? Getting these dual monoshocks, it should really help letting the car pitch in a corner. You know, it comes sliding in and the dual monoshocks will let it go. So that'd be cool. But again, like I said, that's a very advanced thing. And then I got my servo. We can go ahead and install that. And then it's just electronics and the battery mounts. So I'm not going to worry about the battery mounts today. And I guess we'll go ahead and try to throw the servo. So I've seen a couple people online complaining about the servos. I think it's these AG1s or AO1s. I think a couple of people have said that they had issues trying to fit them onto the chassis as far as lining up with the screw holes. So let me go ahead and pull up my instructions manual with the servo part. The servos are something that always made me really nervous, and that was the thing that really held me up from getting rear-wheel drive drift kits instead of a Mini Z. You know, I got Mini Zs. I started with my feet getting them wet with Mini Zs because it's just a lot simpler. You know, I was always really nervous to install the servo. I don't know why. Servos just always seemed really, really daunting to me. So let's pull this up. Where is the servo portion? I know it's somewhere. I'm missing it. But anyway, servos, just getting them set up correctly, making sure you have the right amount of throw left and right. Now that I've assembled at least a couple DRZs, 3 DRZs now in total, I know what I'm doing. And so it's not as nerve-wracking, but still, you want to make sure you do it right. You want to make sure you get it centered. And I was having issues on one of my DRZs with my servo, but it turns out it was not the servo, it was the gyro, since it had dual endpoint adjustments, and I had them set up for dual endpoint adjustments. So, okay. So it looks like the manual says this goes that direction. Whoa. What? How do you center it? Like I said, guys, I really am not great with servos, and that thing just rotated all the way around. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, guys, that's kind of intimidating. Normally what I do is I figure how much throw there is left, how much throw there is right, and then I try to get it basically centered off of that, but I don't have that reference, so we're just gonna soldier on like it didn't happen. Because again, guys, servos are just one of those things that are always a little bit nerve-wracking to me to build the servo part, because it's like you can mess it up, and it's like the servo's critical. Wow, it feels great. This servo is awesome. So Chan gave me this as a free upgrade, and I really appreciate that. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chan, for this servo. I've heard a lot about them. I don't know a whole lot about them specifically, but I do know that I've heard of them. So yeah, maybe no, like this. So, oh, then this is a full metal case. Ooh, this thing's bad. Thank you so much, Chan. This servo is dope. I love it. Okay, so there's that. So I'm just going ahead and throwing these servos on here. So what I heard is people have issues with servos. I'm not sure if it's this servo specifically or what servos it is, but some people have been complaining on Facebook in the groups. Not necessarily complaining, but they've been saying that they've had issues where their servo holes don't line up on the chassis. So we'll see. We'll see when we get there, which will be very, very soon, just in a moment. Just want to get this on here, just so I can eyeball it, you know? We can flip the car over. All right. I did it upside down. But, like I said, I want to check out this. I gotta flip these. Hang on a second, I'll do this off camera. All right, went ahead and flipped the servo around. Let's see how these holes will line up. Oh, looks like they line up fine. Awesome. So maybe people were talking about other servos. Let me go ahead and throw these in with you guys here on camera, just so you can see, Oh, I guess I got the screws over here. We'll use these ones because they came in the bag. Even though I know they're identical, I like to use the ones that they provide, just in case there's any difference. I know there's no difference, but, you know, I have a bit of a OCD, you know, so I like to do stuff by the book when I can. Or at least using the exact specific ones they give you for exact specific sections. Even if I know they're the same part, I like to still try to use, you know, that screw. Again, I don't know if that's because I have like OCD or I just want to be safe and sure. Alrighty, we got these screws in there and they all lined up beautifully, and that makes me supremely happy. Supremely. So, I don't know if I should have installed the servo because I don't know where it will be centered. You know what I mean? When I turn on the chassis and everything. Because that's the thing with servos. I don't understand that part with regards to self-centering and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's like I said, it's just I don't understand servos that well. Nah. I'm trying to use this ghetto little tool instead of my pliers because I can't find my pliers. Where's my real pliers at? All right, there we go. Now I got that on there. So it looks like that would be dead center, and I hope when I turn the servo on for the first time, it'll center to that position. If it doesn't, you know, we'll have to go from there. But as far as just turning this, oh yeah. That's pretty smooth. Wow, okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw these screws back in one of these packages, but I think that's about it, guys. Just give me 1 second and I'll circle back to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is it for the XRX build. We have it fully assembled. Pretty shocking to me that I was able to get it together this smoothly. You know, it really is awesome that they put so many of these parts together. I mean, this thing, it's probably 75% built. I would say maybe a little over, you know, 80% built, fully built for you. So you don't have to worry about a whole lot of the headaches, especially up front with all of these ball heads and everything that you have to install in here on this front end for the suspension, or not suspension, for the steering. It's super smooth now, but man, that would be a hassle to have to build all these, put all those linkages together. Because when you're assembling RC car, half of the headache is getting your linkages put on and get them all fitted and spaced out. And it's all fitted and spaced out for you, which is really, really cool. So it'll just be a little bit of fine tuning, a little bit of adjusting to get, you know, my toe in settings. And then again, get these mono shocks in. But I just wanted to show you guys, this is it. So these are the battery mounts. I'll get these battery mounts in there eventually. And then, you know, these are extra screws. And these are shims, so those really don't count, but this is it. You know, my front end parts, my swing arms for the front, shim so I can shim everything up. We got the pinion gear, my gyro, and this is my custom parts that Chan RC made for me. Thank you again, Chan, for making these custom parts for me. Truly appreciate it, bro. But that's it, guys. The car is all together. She's fully assembled, and all I have to do is go ahead and throw a motor on here. So eventually, we're going to get this thing fully built in, and then I can go ahead and give you guys a bit of a comparison. 1 second, actually. All right. Figured I'd give you guys a little preview. Bring all my girls out here and give you guys a little preview. So here's our XRX, all built up. The DRZ V2. So this girl, I've gone all gold with her. She's just looking great. It came with that gold motor mount, which was awesome. And then I got these rear parts, and I just have this thing so nicely built right now. It's so smooth as butter. This has been the best one I've ever built so far. It's the smoothest. It's the best. I took so much time getting all these molding injection lines, everything perfectly smoothed out and fitted. So this DRZ is going to be my pinnacle DRZ. Cannot wait for her to be fully assembled. We got our X right here. And then this Super Skeeter. So this thing was awesome. I really love this Super Skeeter. It's really cool, but check this out. Really disappointing. Ooh, look at that front end. It's so wide because I can't get these to go any further into the swing arms. It's just the threading's all jacked up. They sent me taps. I tried to fix it, but you know, basically the front end's crazy wide on this thing and it has crazy toe, but I can fix all that. Eventually we'll fix her, but for now, it looks really good if you just turn it. So that's how I leave it. So anyways, just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a preview of all my chassis. I think they're all looking so good. I love this blue, the gold, the red. Now we need a purple chassis up in here, maybe pink. I want a green chassis really bad. I want the TRC V3 to be green. That would make me so happy. So anyways, guys, that's about it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. And of course, you know, once I get this thing more built, would make more videos on it. I want to get this thing, the motor mount flipped for me, and then get the monoshocks installed on here eventually, and then try to get it fitted on a body. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. So again, leave any questions you have down below, and we'll circle back in another video. And of course, I'll be comparing all my chassis in the future. We got 2 DRZs, we got the the Super Skeeter and the XRX. So, you know, lots of content coming down in the future. So anyways, guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.